lesson was on the 4-step plan to solve each problem. The 4 steps are understand, plan, solve, and check. How I want you to use those is when you're reading a story problem, think through these things. So the understand part would be like to read the story problem and reread it one more time. So the first one is on financial literacy. Antonia bought a video game system for $323.96. She paid in 12 equal installments. About how much did she pay each month? So now I'm thinking, okay, what do I understand? She's paying, that's the total. The $300 is like the total. And she's going to have it paid off in 12 months. So basically, my plan is to what? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. What's going to be? Divide, correct. So it says about, therefore, I am going to do 324 and divide it by the 12 months. And what do you end up getting? If you did the exact, that's fine, but you could still round it to the nearest whole. What did you get? Yep, $27 per month that she's going to be paying. So my final answer would be $27. So you write that $27. That was the solving part. However, the checking is like, does that make sense? If I were to pay about $27 over 12 months, yeah, it'd be around $300-ish. So that's what I want you to do. At the end, does this answer seem reasonable? Now we're going to go on to number 3. Number 3 says, the table shows the number of calories burned per hour for various activities. So we're looking at this chart right here. Letter A says, this week, Aiden hiked for 3 hours and bowled for 2 hours. What was the total number of calories he burned this week doing these activities? Now, one thing we have to note is this is the amount per 1 hour. So I kind of know I need to add these 2 sets of calories together. However, what are you going to do first to figure out how many total calories were hiked? What are you going to do with the hiking amount? What would you do with that? Okay, what did you get for 438 times 3? 1,314. How many people got that amount? Okay, good. Then we have the, let's see, 2 hours of bowling. What are you going to do for that type of problem? Yeah. And what did you get there? 438. 438. Okay. And I know I need to combine these total, so what would I do now at this point? Yeah.
I would add them together.
Good. How many people got 1,752? What? Is this the number of hours he did these things? What are we talking about here?
Calories burned.
Yeah, those are the calories burned. Good. Does this seem reasonable? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome that you burn that many calories. And thinking about if you were hiking for 3 hours, that's a pretty big amount of calories you're burning. Bowling doesn't seem to burn as many calories, but that's not really surprising. You're not running or doing too much. Let's go on to B now. Again, over the weekend, Celia walked 3 hours. Marco bowled for 4 hours. How many more calories did Celia burn than Marco? Again, because they didn't do the same number of hours, you can't just subtract, was it bowling and walking? So you can't just subtract the bowling and the walking. You got to figure out how many total hours, or how many total calories were burned, and then you can do what? What are you going to do? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Subtract. What did you get for the final answer then? Once you multiplied, then you subtracted them, how many more calories? Yep.
You burned 66 more calories.
Perfect. So that would be your answer. Does that seem like a reasonable answer? Yeah. 66 calories. Okay. Is this not recording this whole time?